if you want to see the if you want to learn the standing form, yeah, and I have it as a separate playlist. It's if you want something just a little bit more straightforward, just running through the basic form and the direction, then Dr. Lam's videos are probably the best for that. Okay, come. Chink. Okay, extend your legs. Yeah, on the ground, please. Yeah, just sit forward a little bit. Sit forward so your back is not leaning. It's a chair. Yeah. All right, so we always begin with the breath and the inhale. So, and let it go. So that's the first lesson in gathering and starting to flow the chi through the body. And always training and reminding yourself to think about what you want, to start with the intent. Let the chi follow the E. The E is the intent. And the blood follows the chi. Okay, and it's not, the E is not English acronym for intent. Yeah, it's Chinese E. And the English definition is intent. Yeah, when you come up, think way up in the sky. I like to think of the sun and imagine I'm just guiding and pouring that energy down through the top of my head, through the center of my body, through the hips, through the legs, into the earth. And then I like to imagine flowing it through specific systems, through the spine or the organs. You can imagine washing the brain, the eyes, the tongue, the throat, and all the organs. Or you can flow it through the nervous system, or the lymphatic system, the circulatory system. You can flow it through the bones. Or just imagine more generally nice beautiful light or like water flowing through the body, flushing the body, moving the chi, waking up every cell of the body, breathing in from the earth. Relax and pull the chi up through the legs, through the spine, through the back of the head, over the top, and press a little and back down the front of the body. Relax the bottom of the feet. You can slowly walk the legs back so the bottom of the feet are just touching the earth. And then gently press the feet into the earth. Imagine them sinking. So when you come up, press a little bit, extend, and then come down. And slowly start to imagine flowing the chi in the bones, one direction, flowing up from the earth, stimulating every bone of your body, stimulating the blood growth, stimulating the bone marrow to produce blood, stimulating the bones so the bones keep growing. Every bone of your body. From the largest to the smallest bone, imagine it flowing. Don't forget the skull. Imagine it flowing through the skull. And then come up from the side. Drop your shoulders. Extend your fingertips and look way out to the horizon. There's a gentle intensity as you stare way out at the horizon or the tip of the mountain. Breathing in and out. And let your body move. Extend and out. Tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Scooping down, filling up the whole body. Deep breath and squeeze, wringing out every muscle of your body. Slowly let it go. Focus in the bones, you're charging up the bones and squeezing the chi out, squeezing the blood out of the bones. Slowly let it go so everything rushes back in. And focus on the joints, the ligaments and tendons, twisting, wrapping, coiling, and slowly let it go. Allow everything to flow back in, balance itself out. Just drop your hands at the side. Sit nice and straight. Imagine the spine expanding, the top of the head being pulled, and the body just dropping down. Every time you exhale, think of letting go and practicing Gung, relaxing while you're doing something. Feel the fingertips opening and lightly stretching. Feel the hips and the knees and the ankles letting go while the legs extend into the earth. The whole bottom of the foot should be touching the earth and extending into the earth. And as you breathe, expand the lower belly. Use your diaphragm. You allow the lungs to expand and collapse, but don't use your chest to breathe. Use your diaphragm. Relax all the facial muscles. Just feel it dropping. And think of the center of your chest. Think of that little sun in the center of your chest, charged up by the sun in the sky. And smile from that area. Learn to have that feeling of smiling, that intent of smiling, while your face can be fully relaxed. Slowly open your eyes, extend your palms, turn it forward. Take a deep breath. Let it all out. And then begin the warm up. Breathing in. Shoulders are light and dropping while fingertips are pulling you forward. Then exhale. And down. Remember, you don't have to press your hands all the way out. You want to feel for that, where that compression begins. Breathing in. Tilt the sternum up. Right when it opens up from that right angle, you can just feel everything connect. You press a little bit more and then let it come down. And I didn't show it this morning, but you can always take that extra breath to help you reset. To help you reset and let go. One more time. And we'll end with that extra breath before we do the second warm up. So breathe in and out. Okay, one hand up, one hand down, looking to the side, still warming up the neck. Start by looking at the fingertips, breathing in. Turn the head as much as is comfortable and exhale. The bottom hand washing up through the arm and back down. Listen for the warmth of the palm. Release the tension in the arms, in both arms. Okay, then look at one finger. Look at the second finger, second line, eye level. Just take your time, finish the breath. And go at your speed. And finally, look way out at the mountaintop or scan the horizon as you turn. Breathing in as you turn. And exhale as you come back to center. Just focusing way out in the distance. And exhale. Come back to the throat. The center of the palms is height of the throat. And open and close. Drop the shoulders, turn the palms, lift the sternum, breathing in and out. Feel yourself letting go from the shoulders to the elbows, the wrists, the palm, the fingers. Take an extra breath, breathe in, expand, and out. Fold the elbows and squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then pull them up. You're only controlling one point on each shoulder blade. Put your mind on the inside lower corner of each shoulder blade. The fingers are open, palms are open, fingers are lightly stretched, feet are lightly stretched. Come forward after 3 times. Fold. Just take your time. Pull the shoulder blades forward. Let the body move. Don't stiffen the body. Don't try to lock every joint into place. Let the joints move. Let the body move. All the way down. Relax a little bit and do one side, left or right. Let the waist turn, let the head turn, neck. Turn the palm. The resting arm, the palm and the fingers are still open and lightly stretched on the resting arm. You're trying to keep the whole body expanded the whole time. Come forward, pull the shoulder blade forward. Let the arm rub right against the body. So the arm hangs straight down. One more time. And then we'll switch to the other shoulder. Finish the move. You can take an extra breath while you transition. And then other side. Forward. All the way down, release, and 2 sides back to front. And front to back. All the way down. And relax. Take that extra breath. And let go. Okay, then do circles. Just let your arms swing like propeller blades. You just want to loosen up those muscles. You're just shaking them out. And then slow it down. And then put it all back together. So coordinating, breathing in, thinking of the move, thinking of the hands rising. And exhale as you come down. Breathing in as you come up. And exhale as you come down. And think of your spine. Start to be very aware of the spine and the muscles on each side of the spine. And pull the spine in one direction, left or right. And let it go. And pull the spine in the other direction and let it go. Try to look straight ahead. So when you turn, that means the neck is turning because you're looking straight ahead, the body is turning. And don't forget, you can, right, it doesn't have to be one breath and one turn. And the more you do it, just on the exhale, just let everything go. So that exhale swing gets faster and faster as you just learn to release. And then slow it down and make it smooth again. And last time, breathing in and out. Okay? So when you do that fast release, that's part of my fall prevention, right? Learning how to just let everything go, let everything settle right there. Don't hang on to it. Okay, you can start bringing the feet back a little if you want, holding the ball and separating. Connect the shoulder blades, drop the elbows, keep the palms right in the center, and slowly relax the shoulders and stretch the shoulder blades away from each other. One up, one down. And breathe, expand the lower belly, expand the diaphragm. And as we do this stretch, you can feel it if you want to breathe shallow from the chest. You have to really force yourself to breathe from the lower belly. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Remember to feel for the warmth every time the palm passes the forearm. Try to keep it right in the center. Yeah, bend the elbow, drop the shoulder, and then this one stretching down too. The shoulder blades stretching away from each other. Take a deep breath. Feel everything expand and slowly let go. Use the ha. Stretching the fingers, stretching the palms. Breathing in. Finish the breath. Take your time. Try to pass right in front of the heart to remind yourself about that heart energy. Take your time, especially at the very end. You can feel that stretch. And give that stretch a little bit time. Hopefully the fascia will start releasing. If you take your time, joints will open up, muscles will loosen up. And while we're sitting, pay attention to the legs. Are the knees pulling in or out? You try to keep the knees pointed straight while you're expanding into the earth. Okay, we move to our spirals. So drop the elbow and turn the palm, turn the body. Come right in the center, the bottom hand washing the outside. Let the body turn, the spine pulls, lift and fall right in line with each other. And out. Palms in the center of the body. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Turning the waist. Turn, breathe in, exhale, unwind. Breathe in and coil. Exhale and unwind. Breathe in and coil. Exhale and unwind. And come back to center. Breathe in and come back to the heart. Tilt the sternum up. Breathe in, expand, and let it go. Turn the palms up and down like holding that ball. Breathe in and turn, relax the shoulders. Waist turns, spine turns, head turns. Exhale when you're ready. Breathe in. Remember to practice just letting that breath go. Letting the joints go. Releasing one time. Even if the release is smooth and quiet, it's still sudden. You're just kind of hiding it and making it softer and smaller. You still have to just let go one time. And feel everything drop into place. Come back to center. Come a little lower, solar plex, tilt the sternum up. Look way out to the distance. Drop the shoulders, rotate the palms, tilt the sternum up while you breathe in and out. Feel the palms connect to the legs as you bring one leg in at a time. You have to let the shoulders and all the joints go. Breathe in and pull the chi up with the palms, just resting the legs. Let all the joints go. Pull the chi up and gently guide it back down with the palms. And all the joints need to swivel a little bit. Back of the hand being pulled up, like a suction, pulling the hand up and back of the hand being pressed down. Okay? Don't resist those forces. Bottom of the hand being pushed up. Bottom of the hand being pulled down. So just use your E to create that intention. E adding the legs. Breathing in, pulling one leg up. The other leg is pressing and you're sinking into the hip joint. Release the hip and the shoulder so you can transition to the other leg. Then release the shoulders and hip joints so you can transition to the other leg. Just take your time and use the palms to help the legs sink, be displaced. Use the hands to draw the leg up and back and then down. And really listen to those hip joints. Right here you have to release and then that leg can come up and down. Right here you have to release hip and shoulder joints and then you can move the other leg. Keep the head suspended. Keep the palms connected. Keep your mind in the hip joints. Pick up the knee only as high as you can maintain the upper body. You don't stress the upper body. If you keep your mind in the hip joints, it will create just the right limit for you. And then come back to center. Hold the ball. Think about 3 inches in the center of your body below your belly button. Breathe in and out. Drop your shoulders. Make loose fists. Rest your wrists right on the hip. Okay, one side, left or right. Come up, rub against the rib cage. Push the heel out. So pull the toes back. Stretch, push the knee down and wind the leg up with the fist. Bring it back. Tuck the elbows so it rubs against the rib cage lightly. Release the hips and the other side. The fist comes straight out. So heel, gently stretch the knee down and then wind it up. Tuck it in. Your left side is liver, gallbladder. Right side is stomach and spleen. Pancreas is right next to that too, more towards the center. Okay, open the palms. Feel the difference between open hand and fist. So heel, pump the foot, and pull the spine. And then winding up. Right in the center. Heel, knee, pump the foot, and pull the spine. And then lift one more time. Just do it nice and smooth. And down. Pick up the ball. And drop one knee and pull the spine in the opposite direction. And reach straight out, looking right to the center. And exhale. Drop the other knee, just turn it out. Breathe in. Sternum up. Release. You can take a step if you want. Turn. Pull the spine, turn to help open up the hip joint. Imagine the muscles pulling the spine. Breathe in. One more time. The leg movement is only what's comfortable for you. You don't have to do all the way out like this. Whatever's safe and comfortable. And then before I finish, I'd like to shorten the leg movements again. So I end the way we started. Just dropping the knee to the side. Imagine something pulling the fingers out and just following. And come back to center. Breathe in and out, open flows. Hold the ball. Decide which leg is going to be stable, which leg you're going to pick up. And then sink into the standing leg so the other one releases. 45, heel and toe. You bring it back. Press it down. You have to release the hips. Sink into the other hip joint. And the leg can go 45. The standing leg, relax the bottom of the foot, let it sink into the earth. Part of the mind is always in that hip joint. And switching small toe, big toe. So when I do this move standing, my whole body turns 45 in the standing. A lot of times, instead of counting 3 reps, what I'm doing before I finish and transition to the other side is I'm thinking, okay, head suspended. I'm running through all these things. Bottom of the feet relaxed, in the hip joint, right? Drop the shoulders, drop the breath. I'm trying to make all those corrections. And after I run through that list of corrections, whatever I can remember, then I come back to center or then I switch. Okay, loosen everything up and then pull the heels up. Relax the upper body. Just the heels, just draw the heels up, stretch the toes, stretch the feet, stretch the fascia in the feet. I can feel my left foot right on the edge of cramping. You know, if you're not getting enough movement, if you're sitting a lot or you just just not getting enough motion in your legs. More and more, I'm looking at these leg exercisers, these stepping machines, and they have all types. But they have, whether it's for you or if you have somebody else that you're helping, they have assisted ones, right? So not just talking about, oh, you have to put it down and you have to do all the pumping and you have to do the movement, but these assisted leg exercisers. Um, you can start by searching for these bike exercising under the desk and such, but they have assisted ones. So you can just put your foot on, right, and they do the movement. So I was watching an ad this morning. It wasn't a stepper, but it was kind of a glide. It just kind of glided up and down like this. So you put your legs on top. You just have to rest your feet on top, turn it on, right, and then it's creating this motion for you. So it's creating joint movements, right? Leg movements and joint movements. And that's one. And they have the ones that, are like bike pedals, right? More elliptical. But instead of you doing all the work, there's a motor inside that will start to move. And depending on what you buy, it will just help to keep your legs moving. Right? So I always think of every week. Excuse me. Every week when I visit my mom, and I see a lot of the residents, right? They just sit, and I know they can walk, but for most of the day they're sitting for long periods of time. So nothing happens, right? So I always think of that assisted. But even for myself, I realize I don't exercise as much as I should. So while I'm sitting, it wouldn't hurt even if I'm not actually providing, but to have something that's moving the joints and moving the legs, and there's a lot of value to that. So just kind of there's no one specific machine. I'm not endorsing anyone, but these assisted ones are out there, and I think it's worth looking at. Okay? And that's part of why we do the Tai Chi. It's movement. Right? We want to move the joints. We want to move the muscles. We have to have movement. We don't want that stagnation going on, that physical stagnation, that energetic stagnation, right? That emotional stagnation going on. What time is it? Oh. Okay, so yeah, I didn't really do it today, but remember that you can add that extra breath in all of these exercises, especially when you do the Qigong or the breath or the gathering. Right here, you can breathe in and then let it go. Right, and you can start the next round, and you can do it. The warm-ups are a great place to practice putting in this extra breath. In every warm-up, you could do that. Okay, breathing in and out. You can see where that timing starts to come out. And if you do it standing, you do it standing, and you have that where you're lifting and dropping, right? As you come down, right? You can see right here. You could breathe in and then out. When I do the standing, you can see that wing motion starting to come out, right? It comes from the shoulders and that flying motion. So like I was saying, if you go and look for something called Wild Goose Qigong, it's a kind of Qigong that has very soft movements. It's not stiff, right? It's these flying movements. It's simulating the wings moving right from the shoulder blade. And if you think of Sung, right, opening and loosening the joints, and you think of the Ha, the letting go, it all starts to really make a lot of sense. And it's not stiff movements, not robotic stiff movements, but everything has to move, expand, and then let go. And when you let go, you start from the center, and every joint, every muscle follows the one preceding it, right? That attachment from there. So if you add that extra breath, right, Instead of just breathing in and out and in and out, you had that extra breath, breathe in and then out. That 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 little wing, right? That flying motion will start to come out. And you can feel the shoulder blade. You lift the shoulder blade and drop the shoulder blade, and then everything falls into place. So don't forget about that. Later on, I'm going to spend some time. I haven't talked about the open and close, and how I used to teach it before was very different from how I teach it now. So I was thinking in the learning series, because the open and close is one of the movements that I would address, how to do the open and close, and how I used to emphasize it in the beginning and how I emphasize it now. And it's not one is right, one is wrong. I think one starts off more mechanical and ends up more energetic. So I like to follow that progression. But I'll find a place to address that. I don't want to wait too long because it's so important. It really is the second or third movement in the form. Okay, extend. So just do a nice stretch first. And just wiggle and stand. Take a deep breath and you're practicing letting everything go. One more time. Expansion, contraction, and you have to relax and let everything go and come down. And one more time. It's funny, I was watching my Japanese drama, this cooking one, and at the very end, and the final episodes where this resolution comes out, this whole idea of letting go, right? And this is what I'm saying is, if you practice Sung, you study Sung, relaxing and letting go, then expansion is unlimited. But if you don't get out of that formal 1, 2, 3, 4 and that formal square, you're always limited. So the tension, the locking, and being stuck to formal structure and not applying it, right, is you will create limits. So if you only do resistance training, you can only get so strong. And you can only reach so much. But if you learn to relax, and that's how the universe is, right? The universe is expanding, expanding, expanding. It'll keep on expanding unless something stops it physically. So your body is the same way. If you can learn to relax while you're stretching, you'll feel like you're stretching forever. And the concept of this movie, this drama, it was about these chefs who are trying to achieve, be peerless and just unrivaled. And the master chef finally realized that when he first thought he achieved that, and they call it the way they said it is the door to the truth will open, right? Everything will open like nirvana, right? What do they call it in Buddhism? I forget. When it just opens. But he said what he realized is that when you let go, he found the next door, and the next door, and the next door, and the next door, right? So there's no one single answer. You just keep expanding, expanding, and learning, and learning, and learning. But as soon as you put clamps down, right, you'll never get to that next door. You're stuck in that world. And that whole thing comes back to Sung. It keeps coming back to Sung. And that's what makes Sung so difficult to understand, because your definition of it just keeps growing and it's conceptual. Right? There's no one definition. It's just relaxing. But what does that mean? So I keep saying Sung, right? Study Sung. And it starts with that intake, inhale, and ha. And as soon as you ha, that's the beginning of studying Sung. Okay? But it's funny, yeah. I'm watching my drama at the very end. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I'm talking about. It's in there. In some writer's mind, they understand this larger concept, whether they get it or not. Right? They kind of see it in there. Okay. All right. Let's start one breath. And then slowly find your seated form. Bring your legs back. Top of the head suspended. Legs are sinking into the earth. Let everything settle. Expanding the palms and fingers while relaxing every joint as much as you can, and remind yourself to sink the breath down to your lower belly. Relax the chest. Eyes looking straight ahead. Any distractions, acknowledge them, and then bring yourself back to your practice. Take a deep breath before we begin. Let it all out. Breathe normally. And then begin when you're ready, commencement. Breathing in, extending. And bring it to the heart. And then roll it out. Just letting the forearms gently brush the rib cage. And come back. One, open and close. Single whip. Turn. Turn to your right. And open. One sound. Release and then pull the spine, 45, and release. The physical release can be soft, or it can be larger, but however you do it, you want it to just let go, instantly let go. Come back to the center, to the heart. Breathe in, lift the sternum. Left side. Repeat. A single whip to one side. Let your waist turn 45 degrees. Focus on the fingertips. And then one finger, second line, eye level. And then focus way out in the distance, mountaintop or horizon. Scan with that gentle but singular intent. Come back to the center, open and close. Next move, right, brushing the knee, right side. Pull the spine, pull the fingertip up, pull the fingertip forward. Exhale, center, heel of palm and lift. Keep on turning. Roll the hands in the center, breathe in. Let the hands wash through the forearms. Hold the peepaw right here. Release. This would be the twist step. Gonna parry. Gonna parry. Two-step and parry. This would be the step up and cover. Keep on turning until the hands rotate outside and start breathing in. And exhale. Turn and squeeze the fist as you exhale. And turn 45 and then release. Hands in the center. Rolling back. Gathering. Compressing in the lower dantian and lift. Double hands pushing the mountain. And release the wrists and come back to the heart. Tilt the sternum up. Breathe in. And left side. Repeat on the left side. Brushing the knee. Fingertips get pulled up and then forward on the inhale. Then exhale. Center of the chest, heart. And then lift. Drop the right hand. Keep on turning as the hands roll to the center. And ha. Hu pipa. Play the pipa right here. And then twist step. And then parry. Twist step and parry. Cover. The right hand's at the under the left hand. Keep on turning. Breathe in. Notice I'm outside of the knee and exhale. The fist comes straight to the center and turn some more until my right fist just brushes the rib cage. Rolling back. Gather. Nice large palm. Compress. And lift the sternum. Release the wrists, the shoulders, the elbows as you come back and do an open and close. Heart, lung, Qigong. Repeat on the left side. Brush the knee first and then leisurely time the quote. Ha. Tap the heart, lift. Turn a little bit more, breathing in and ha. Hand comes to the front. Turn to the left while it comes down. Ha. Release as the palm rolls up. Turn to the left as it's rising right under the chin. Tuck the elbow and extend. Turn. Nice deep breath and ha. Big spiral. Left fingertip connected to the wrist. And then come to the center. Right side. Breathe in. Fingertip. Lift the sternum. Release. Turn the waist to the right. Release. Turn the waist to the right. Right fingertip touches the wrist. Tuck the elbow. Release. And then out. Extend and release. Big spiral. Tilt the sternum up. And then release to an open and close. Turn to your right. Fist on the elbow. Oh, sorry, I did it my old sequence. Drop the right hand. Spiral in the center. Ha. Pull the spine to the right. Breathe in. Ha. Turn the waist to the left. Open the right palm and lift and fold. And come back to the right while you repulse monkey. And then brush the knee. First time. Keep on turning. Repulse monkey. Fingertip. Lift the sternum. Brush the right knee. Keep on turning. Washing down the right arm. Lift the sternum. Leisurely tying the quote. Release. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. fingertip connected. Lift the sternum. Breathe in and out, and finish on the left side. Fist under elbow, turn. Your left, open. Drop the left hand. Spiral. Bottom hand makes a fist, release. Pull the spine to the left. Fist under elbow. Ha. Keep on turning. Open the left hand. Lift. Repulse monkey. Then brush the right knee. Lift the sternum. Keep on turning. Just lift the right hand. Left hand washes down. Center. Tap the heart. And then heel of palm. Keep on turning. Third time, repulse monkey. Brush the knee. Leisurely tighten the coat. Turn a little to the right and release. Breathe in. Ha. Breathe in. Ha. Breathe in. Tuck the elbow. Ha. Breathe in. Ha. Double palm. Open and close. And then closing. Breathe in. And slowly let go. Bring everything back to center. And just reveal everything. Top of the head suspended. Face relaxed with smiling from the heart. Sink into the hip joint to be able to pick up the leg. Palms are connected to the whole body. The sternum is up, but loosen all the joints and the muscles soon. Take a deep breath in. Then we're going to add that extra breath. Then we'll end with the bell meditation. Breathe in, that small breath. Let go. Just rest your palm on the lap. And I haven't talked about this a long time, but you can feel the difference resting your palm down to resting your palm up. Right? If you want to do these kind of postures, you can do these kind of postures in the meditation. If you have your own postures, you like to do the Om, you can do the Om during the meditation. So if you have your own postures, you can do that through the meditation. So remember, open and loosen all the joints, let go. And then you can become unlimited, limitless. You can keep on expanding. Okay, slowly open your eyes, rub your hands together, move your legs around. The center of the palm is Gung point, right in the center. That's also associated with your heart. You put that right in front of your eyes, let that warmth. And always connect that sun in the sky with that sun in your chest. You slowly brush your scalp. And then tap. And I figured this gotta be helping. My hair hasn't turned completely white yet. So stimulating, massaging the scalp, it's gotta be good. In the back of the neck. And then pull the muscles away. I'm having a hard time. I got a small little cut right by my fingertips. I cannot grab the way I want to. Remember when you do the slapping, loose wrist. Just want your wrist flopping. Okay, right hand, left hand, your right hand, your left hand, opposite from me. Yeah, from there. Okay, thank you, everybody. Okay, before I end, just a small talk about that open and close. So when I first used to talk about it, was more mechanical, and to do the open and close, and it still applies, but I was so focused on how to do the movement, and you want to do it with your shoulder blades, right? So it swings up. So the one, come, yeah, turn. It's so you hold your hands here, right? So you have to think of it like wings, right? If you drop your shoulder blade, no? If you just drop your shoulder blade, your arm will swing forward, right? If you pull up your shoulder blade, it'll pull back. If you think of your shoulder blade of just pivoting, so to do the open and close, you want to move from here. This is the same place when we do those shoulder rolls, right? And you just want to drop and expand, right? And then let it drop back into place. So it's a circular motion. The hands will sweep like this. So of course you see them doing it like this, right? But when you're studying how to move the shoulder blades, don't restrict this movement. It's that same idea. If you create that restriction, I have to keep this here, right? You can't really study the shoulder blades. So when you're studying the shoulder blade, relax this and let it sweep. So to understand and feel the shoulder blade. So you'll see that triangle come out more. Right? And then as you start to learn it and it gets more subtle, it won't be quite so big. But if you eventually you can keep it so it's pretty even, but it still comes from the shoulder blade. So if I don't know how to show that from the side. Yeah, it's really hard to see. Right, hard to see with my jacket and everything on. I almost have to take off my shirt so you can actually see the shoulder blade. I'm not going to do that. So, but from here. Yeah. So there's that mechanical training to just move the shoulder blade and keep everything dropped down. And then eventually it gets softer and softer. So you start expanding. So you start feeling it. Breathing in and out. So it starts to become with the breath, with the whole body expanding instead of just a separate movement. But you can see how, like any movement, we can take it apart and we can. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. In a certain sense, there's different ways to do it to achieve different results. But it's not just pulling the hands apart and doing that, right? It's drop the shoulders, drop the shoulder blade, and let it swing out. So in the beginning, you really feel everything. You feel that gravity pulling the elbow down, and put your mind in the center of the shoulder blade, and just imagine the shoulder blade swiveling on a point like this, and the bottom swings out and drops into place. And like I said, when you drop the shoulder blade, right, the hand swings forward. So you feel that movement from there. Okay, so just that mechanical. So I'll address that for the learning series, because it is a series, and if I teach it a certain way, it's not going to look like how I do it if I'm not thinking and I just do it for myself. And then every class I might do it a little different way depending on how I'm teaching and what part of the mechanics I'm teaching. But once you get it, my teacher would always say this, right? Once you get it and you understand it, it's yours. So how you move is correct. Everybody should look a little bit different to address their personality and their physique. When everybody looks exactly the same, right? Everybody's forcing themselves, right, to look exactly the same, and that's the limit. So for competition, yeah, that's great, right? For shows, that's great. But for yourself, you don't want to have limits. You want to just do what you want to do. Okay. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, I'll do a second half. So we'll take a little break and I'll do a second half. I think I'll address this. I'll address the open and close because I need to do that right away. And we'll spend a little bit of time. I want to show the transition. The next movement is a transition from here, and then turning into the brush knee, right? So how to turn, how to shift, and really breaking apart that movement. And that's probably enough for the next one. Yeah, I'll do the open and close and just that, and then we can do a review of several movements from there. Okay, but yeah, let's take a short break right now.